And there she was, competing with the males. Although she was female, she believed in herself, practiced her skills. My tribute speech is about my mother, Teresa Murillo, who gives me inspirations on never quitting and being the best version of myself each and every day. Although she didn't reach her dreams of being a track star, this had a huge impact on my life when I was younger. So my mother grew up in Mexico, in a city called Guadalajara, Jalisco. She would attend a church school and have extracurricular activities afterwards, which involved sports. One of those sports she was involved in was running on the track. She would compete in all sorts of tournaments and would win. So much so that she got the attention of the male players out there. Although I don't know the full details, she ended up competing with one of the best track stars during those times out there. This was around the 1970s. And think this was unheard of during those times, having a female compete with the male. That was just, for many people, that was just confusing, and you just didn't think about those type of things. In today's modern day, you see that quite often. It doesn't seem as unusual, but for during those times, it was, and it was unheard of, like I mentioned before. She ended up racing this male player. Although she didn't win, she says she almost won. And that story just stuck to me throughout my whole life. My tribute speech is about my mother, who is the strongest person I know, the most kind-hearted person I know. Although we aren't all perfect, including herself, I look what is inside. And this is why I do the things I do, and like never giving up. My mother grew up in a different environment than myself, but she has provided each and every day a better life for myself and my siblings. I come from a family of total of 5 siblings, including myself. My mother is the definition of endurance for me, the definition of strength, the definition of power. Although, in this society that I grew up in, it was probably seen as male being, that type of provider. For myself, that wasn't the case. My mother was that. I would see her as a fierce lioness in the fields, fighting hyenas left and right. Although we grew up not with the best finances, but she brought home that love, that heart. I would never change anything. One thing I learned from my mother is that no matter how hard your life can get, if you keep on going, keep on trying, keep on smiling, joking around, enjoying good friendships, loved ones, life can be very great. So my tribute speech is about my mother, and I appreciate her a lot.